What is something we can all agree on being a dick move? Taking someone else's lunch from the break room fridge. Throwing your trash on the floor. Cutting in line when there's no emergency. Although I don't call people out on it, I'm always glad when there is someone else in line who isn't as timid and does so. Taking up multiple seats on public transit when you can easily sit in one. Caveat, it's fine if it's mostly empty. Beating another driver to a parking space, even though they were there first, with blinkers on, about to take it. Like in the movie Fried Green Tomatoes. Face it, lady, we're younger and faster. Ram's car. Face it, girls, I'm older and I have more insurance. A few friends and I were eating. Bill came to the table, we all laid out our tip money, and my friend's boyfriend started pulling money out of the tip for his meal. The look on my friends' faces. I hope you stopped him. Not paying someone back or being difficult when you owe money to someone. Don't ever give out personal loans. Give out one-time gifts without expectation of repayment. If they pay you back, then you might gift again in the future. Otherwise, it's a one-time thing. Someone on Reddit telling you they sent you a pic of their cat but it's their dick instead. Somewhere on the planet, /u/love dick pics is complaining because he receives cat pics. Getting on the train before letting other passengers get off the train first. Things YouTubers consider pranks, usually. Not pulling over to the shoulder when an ambulance is coming. Standing up to get your bags and crowd the gate door because you're Mr. Big Shot just after flight attendants told everyone to stay seated so medical personnel could evac the guy at the back of the plane who just had a heart attack in front of his kids. Fucking your best friend's girlfriend. Also fucking your girlfriend's best friend. Cutting someone off in a lane just to slow way the fuck down and make a last-minute turn. Or pulling out in front of someone when there's no one else coming behind them. Trying to merge onto the interstate and them speeding up making you essentially stop to get on. If we both would have continued at the same pace I would have been fine to get on, but no. Also, doing 34 miles per hour down the on-ramp to a highway with a 70 miles per hour speed limit and holding up everyone behind you trying to get on that highway. With a few friends drinking at a bar, talking with a girl, I go to the bathroom, friends tell her that I'm gay. Girl lost interest in me. Doesn't seem like they're your friends. Don't know if someone already said this but not using headphones in a public place. Asking someone about something they know the other person doesn't get or have. And then like oops I forgot, you don't have any. Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't. Ordering expensive food and or drinks while out with friends and that guy says at the end let's split it all evenly. My wife has a lot of pretty wealthy friends, and we'll go out to group birthday dinners with them sometimes. This is especially a problem if we do tapas because there are a few guys that will just order a shit ton of food and expensive plates, expensive wine, and then expect to just split it evenly with everyone. My wife just tells them fuck that and pays for what we ate. It's awkward. Stealing my pizza rolls. Ghosting people you've been dating. This happened to me recently. Went on numerous dates with a guy, chatted every day, everything was going great. Great to the point he invited me to a family function. I was busy so didn't end up going. 1 week later he bails on plans we had and I haven't heard from him since. It's a pretty shitty feeling. Offering something and taking back your offer. I had a friend that was offered a job recently. Good pay, in her field and it looked good. For reference she was a PhD graduate who got a research position. So she got the offer and then put a deposit on an apartment and got ready for work. A few days before starting the university rescinded the offer. She applied to other positions but got no bites. The window for hiring for unis was over. She took jobs as a housekeeper and other cash fast jobs. Eventually she left the country for her home country. Such a dick move by the school. Have 50 things in your cart and sprint to be in line before me when I only have 5 things in my cart. Chill Brenda, the store isn't going anywhere. being in a relationship with someone for nearly a year. A few days before our anniversary, coming over for a date night, everything's normal. Have sex, watch a movie and play some games. Kisses you goodbye, then blocks your number and all social media. My first real girlfriend kind of did this to me. We were together for a year. She broke up with me abruptly and absolutely refused to explain why. I was devastated. A few years later I was talking to a mutual friend who said she thought I did a bunch of crazy shit. Turns out her new roommate was a fire starter who told her that I had been hitting on her. I didn't, along with some other bullshit. The funny part is, like 15 years later I came across the ex on social media, and sent the, "How are you doing? Long time, I hope all is well." She blocked me with no response. A boss never counting those extra hours when you stay past 11 p.m. to work with him on essential projects for the board when everyone else has gone home, but who then starts micromanaging your time off when you make it clear that you have to move back home, another state, in a month or two for family reasons. Tailgating. If you are driving so close behind me that I end up paying the same level of attention to my rear view mirror as I do the road ahead of me, fuck you. Taking 2 parking spaces so nobody scratches your precious car. Treating people like crap but still expect them to be always nice and do what you want, but wiffly MELLYY. FFREENs. How can you be so SRUUELL? Being mean to wait staff or anyone working in retail. Most of the time they can't control the things you're angry about anyway. If it's your weekend with your kid and you're supposed to pick him up at 5 p.m. and not show up, and not call, just leaving him there. It happens so much I don't even pack until he shows up. My dad did this growing up. My mom would get so mad and I never understood it. Finally my mom wouldn't tell me he was coming unless he actually showed up. Repeatedly ghosting on your plans with friender. I had a friend who used to do this. Dude was awesome and I always wanted to chill, but he would invite me out to a bar or a show and I would get there and 10 minutes later he would text me saying he couldn't make it. Like he made the plans and then waited till I got there and cancelled. He moved away, but that was some dick level shit right there. Constantly interrupting and talking over people. Acting like friends never existed as soon as you get in a relationship. Peeing on the seat. Turning on your signal at the last possible second. Pretending you're someone's friend. One that I've come to realize is a huge dick move is parking on a residential street, right in front of the stop sign, just so you can make sure your child has their coat/lunch/backpack/lovey/whatfuckever and talk to them for 10 minutes before they cross the street to go to their school. FFS, if you need to do all that, go into the parking lot for crying out loud and stop blocking fucking traffic. My buddy opened a bar earlier this year, and he will ask customers if they want a shot of tequila or something, and of course they will say yes. Then he asks them whose tab to put it on and charges them for it. Total dick move. He's going to run his customers away. Using the last of the toilet paper roll without replacing it. Promising to pay someone back and then denying that they owe you any money a week later. I paid for my friend's ticket to a concert a few months ago with both of our understanding he'd pay me back. Then I hear from a mutual friend he told her he didn't think he had to pay me back, so he never did. I brought it up to him and he blew up on me but said he'd do it when he could. I kind of let it go because of the flakiness of it and he's never mentioned it, but one day he messages our friends group chat asking to buy X and that he's always looking to buy drugs. So needless to say I don't speak to him often. Blocking the zipper merge. Obey the zipper method. How hard is that? We learned how to take turns in like 2nd grade. I wonder what is going on in people's heads that think they're better than that. Playing music aloud in public. I work in a school cafeteria and I'm telling kids this all the time. Nobody wants to hear In My Feelings or whatever the crap it is they are playing. Dude, I don't want to hear it, and it's loud enough in there with everybody yelling across the room at everybody else and the girls squealing at the top of their lungs all the time like their asses are on fucking fire. Giving a kid detention for being bullied and not doing anything to the bully. Scooping all the good stuff from the soup container at a buffer/work cafeteria. Like, they bring out a new pot but 5 people later there's nothing left but broth. Edit for context, a new pot of soup came out at 11:15. At 11:20 I'm standing behind a teammate and I watched as he repeatedly filled the ladle with ingredients, dumped broth back out, and put the rest in his soup cup. He repeated this until his cup was entirely filled with the meat/vegetables/etc. No broth. By the time I get to the thing there's literally nothing left in the pot but hot savory water. Leaving your shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot. There is even a corral for fuck's sake. Your lazy ass doesn't even have to walk back to the store. Bruh money. Hated that when I was in retail. Nothing like having money dripping in boob sweat flung at you. Especially in the summer. Buy a damn wallet or at least use a pocket. Disgusting. Not using your turn signal. Telling young or inexperienced people playing a game that they suck and shouldn't be allowed to play unless they are skilled. AKA what anybody who plays a competitive mode in an online game does when they play with other people who aren't competing like it's the Super Bowl. Edit, the mode doesn't matter, you're still an asshole for unilaterally declaring that other players are not good enough for your standards. Avoiding traffic by rushing up an exit lane then cutting over at the last second. Knowing that you did your job incorrectly and just leave it anyways, and when it gets pointed out get defensive and deflect to other people's errors. Throwing your money down on the counter instead of handing it to the cashier like a normal person. Edit. Guys, placing the money on the counter is one thing, but pulling it out of your wallet and throwing it towards the cashier with an already open hand is another thing. Nobody wants loose change and cash thrown all over the place. It's a good way for it to go missing, cause I'm sure as hell not going to go under the counter looking for it. People used to do that to me all the time when I was a cashier and it pissed me off. I would always return the favor. It's the opposite in Japan. There is a little tray for you to put the money in, you never hand it directly to the cashier. Carrying on a long and loud conversation on the phone on public transportation. No one cares about your startup, Jeremy. Frown. Being mean to a dog for no reason, or mistreating any animal for that matter. Being mean to a person for no reason or mistreating any person for that matter. Getting an erection. That's a big dick move. Not necessarily. Letting a door slam in the face of the person who's walking slightly behind you into a building. Being the richest man in the world, and arbitrarily deciding to stop providing health insurance to some of your employees. Announcing your pregnancy at someone else's wedding. Proposing at someone else's wedding. RSVPing yes to go to a kid's birthday party and then not showing up, for no good reason, e.g., sickness, family emergency. If you're a guy, working on your kegels. Kicking someone's dog into the sun. An adult stealing a foul ball from a kid at a baseball game. Yeah. Some guy got flamed for doing this live on TV. Turns out he'd caught several at the game and was passing them around to the people around him. The kid had already been given one. Hooking up with someone a friend just broke up with. Was going to post this. Even the half joke, so they're single now, right? Is such a dick move. Come on, your friend needs a friend more than you need your next lay. Movie theater customers leaving their trash after a show, because in their words, it's here staff's job to seal it up. Bringing up an introvert's introvertedness. Dropping plans last minute. Cheating. Sending nudes to friends without permission. Ghosting. Dick move in any gender's case. Worse when it's a job interview and they never contact you after with even a Dear John letter. Source, guess what happened to me? 7 weeks without a reply. Moving into a place with a friend and them bringing your ex over. Hitting on someone else's girlfriend/boyfriend/partner. Hitting on someone while next to your girlfriend/boyfriend/partner. Hiding necessary books in the library so other students won't be able to do their research.